Greetings of the day. It is the part of e-lecture series of Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. I am your Hari Babu, professor from Department of English. Would like to talk about subject-verb agreement, a lesson with its exercise. I know most of you must have already noticed a subject-verb, one with the other, go like siblings. In other words, a subject is part of a sentence, verb is also a part of a sentence. When both of them cannot agree with each other, always there is a problem in taking it forward for its complete meaning. Hence, a verb, even if it is said most important as part of its sentence, there is always a subject to works out a lot for the sentence. So when you take this verb and subject one with the other agreeing, there is always a beautiful semblance. So when you go behind the days, people have opined so hilariously. A verbless sentence is a wifeless husband. Hence, verb has got this much importance in the sentence. So my lecture now would like to talk with another 10 to 15 minutes about the importance of how subject is going to agree with the verb or the verb that agrees with the subject. I think most of you have heard I'm. Why only I'm? Why not I are? You are. Why it is you are and why not it is you is or you am? You and I are. She comes. Why it is not she come? Why is it only she comes? They go. Either of you is. Though we always come across you is for plural. Why is it is here? Neither of you demands. Why is it not demand? So when these kind of pertinent questions disturb the mind of any individual, one has to come across understanding that the verb always agrees with the subject, or the subject's number might take you to understand how the verb's form is to be used in a sentence. So now my lecture takes you slowly into the deep details of this subject-verb agreement. I think all of you might know subject is a doer of an action. A verb is an action itself. Of course, always what all that I have so far spoke, I have just presented here. A verb is an action itself. Always the verb depends on the subject of a sentence. The verb always agrees with the subject's number. Yes, that's why this topic is quite interesting for discussion. In this lesson, I'm going to talk quite a few interesting handful rules of how subject is connected with the verb, how subject is agreeing with the verb, or verb agreeing with the subject. So when I now take you forward to the next part of the lecture, I'll give you a straight out an example. It is about rule 1. A verb agrees with its number. A verb agrees with its number. So I think all of you might know pretty well. The example in the red color shows the car stays in the garage. The flower smells good. What does it mean? The car is here, is singular. But verb that always receives S here. Most of us make a beautiful mistake. When a singular subject that comes, we always say it as singular, but we use verb 1 in the case. We use only verb 1, like jump, take, eat, sleep. Whereas when you take singular subject in the third person case, the verb always takes its S. The flower smells good. When you take the flower, the car, these are all couple of interesting examples. We'll talk about the third person singular case. If you can see, there is an old saying, opposites always attract. Similarly, here, if a singular subject is there, you can go for plural verb. Of course, we don't have plural verbs, but for the sake of for the sake of a tip, I'm just giving you an example. For the singular subject, it is oppositely plural verb it takes. It is just a tip that you can keep in your mind. The flower, when it is a singular subject, it takes verb with its S. The car, it is a singular subject, it takes S. So I think I have already given you a very good picture of what exactly the rule number 1 all about. If you can take one of the eggs is broken, there is one underlined and is underlined, you might have easily understood. Certain subjects will have its interesting understanding. The number of the subject, either it is singular or plural, is not changed by the words that come or that follow the subject. Maybe that come between subject and verb. If in this case, if you see one of the eggs is broken, one is the subject, is the verb. Between these two, verb and subject, you have got a lot of other trappers. Your attention can be easily trapped. You are unwantedly pushed into understanding the subject as eggs, but not one here. But truly, the subject is here one of the eggs. One of the eggs is broken. I think I made you a sense. Similarly, the subject one and the verb is are both singulars. That's why singular subject, singular verb. Mentally omit the prepositional phrase. The tip is here. You need to omit the prepositional phrase. For example, a student in the group, right? One orange of 10 in the basket. So one is only the subject there. Though you take a lot of long subject, subject will always get tempered because of the words that come between verb and a subject. So slowly I'll take you to the next part of the work. And if you can see, this is actually an interactive classroom presentation, but I'm using it now for giving you a right kind of an understanding. And if you can look at the 10 number of sentences, I made it so clear that your work on understanding how these fellows are putting the ideology of your friend talks too much. In the brackets, I've already said a couple of words. Your friend talks. Okay. Always you have got rule number 1. Rule number 1 says singular subject, plural verb. Plural is in my meaning, it takes yes. Okay. So here your friend is a singular, so talks. Your friend talks. Let me just see that how this as an answer. Yeah, answer 1 says it talks. Your friend talks too much. I think you might understand. The man with the roses, if you can see the rule number 2. Rule number 2 is subject and verb. When something comes in between both of them, it is more important how you are going to make an attempt of giving away the subject's importance. It's subject's importance when you see subject is something like a singular or plural. Here, the man is important. With the roses, with the thorns, with the apprehensions, with the bad habits, whatever it is between the man and like, there are many other trappers coming in. Still, we need not worry for that. So when you observe this interesting phenomena, so the man with the roses looks like your brother. Looks like your brother. So if you can just watch out the other sentences also, you can understand seriously what that it has given altogether. The women in the pool. When you take up women swim or swims, definitely, or again interlinked with other words in the statement. The women in the pool. In the pool is only a trapper, but women is the subject. So the women is plural subject. Hence, plural subject doesn't take singular verb, plural verb, it takes singular verb. So the women in the pool swim well, right? Similarly, the next question, Bill drive or drives a cab? It is so easy. Now, if at all anybody would like to take the chat and then writes down the answer, definitely I'll be very happy. If at all a few of you are on live, I know I've seen the live is being watched out by so many student friends and other teacher friends. I'm very happy to have your expressions. I would like to see how many of you are making a right approach of understanding this. Bill drive or drives the cab? Since anyway the answers are open here in this presentation, I'm sorry, still whether these are appropriately putting right or not. Yes, exactly. One Mrs. Mahalakshmi said it is drives, absolutely right answer. Maybe one more, ma'am Kavya has also mentioned. Thank you, ma'am Kavya, who is putting all the good effort in giving away an answer. Answer is drives. So Bill is a singular. Mahati, ma'am, also has said it is drives. Okay. Gaming with Bhanu, somebody said here it is drives. Yes, Jessica also said it is drives. So Bill is here an exemplary sentence. Bill is here a subject with singular sense. Similarly, if you can see the other part of the what you call presentation, I'll take you to the next slide. So far, the whole presentation has talked about a couple of interesting rules. The first rule is about how a subject that it depends on the number when it agrees with the verb. Similarly, second rule that talks about the subject and the verb will have plenty of words in between. So the words may not temper the ideology of the what you call subject's number. So with this, I would like to take a break, and then in my next talk, I'll let you know the other interesting rules. Until then, very goodbye to all of you, and I hope you have enjoyed thoroughly my 10-minute talk in making you all understand subject verb agrees with each other. Subject, it agrees with its verb based on the number that it contains. Similarly, subject and verb, both of them go hand in hand, but other words must not temper the ideology of the subject with its number. So thank you so much. Until then, I'm happy and I think you are happy. And my next session will be meeting you. Thank you so much.